The Sephora Springs Savings event is just days away. The biggest savings you'll get during the sale is on all Sephora collection brand products, which have some amazing products in that line. Welcome back, socialites, and if you're new here, I'm Ariell. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, and lifestyle vlogs, so if those are the type of videos you're into, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and come join the family. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this makeup look using mostly Sephora brand products. Some of my holy grail makeup staples in my collection are actually by Sephora collection. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, socialites, so I've already moisturized my skin using my favorite that I use before makeup, which is the Clinique Moisture Surge. This one's the 100 hour. Dries really quick, but it's still super hydrating and works for any skin type. So if you have dry or oily skin type, it would work. Foundation, I'm debating should I do the Sephora Matte Powder Foundation. This one, which I love, this is one of my favorite powder foundations, but I also have the Sephora Best Skin Ever liquid foundation. Now this is a full coverage matte foundation. I don't really wear like super matte full coverage foundations a lot these days, but since I don't wear this that often, I think we're gonna go with this one today. So let's do underpainting, that way we don't use too much foundation. For primer, we're gonna do a more hydrating primer since this is such a matte formula. It's really long lasting too. For those who need a long lasting foundation, or for those oily skin girlies, this will be good for you. But the Refi primer, it's really hydrating, so we're gonna put this on. And for those who don't know, my skin is like normal combo. It's not dry and it's not oily. So I'm gonna wait about 3 minutes before we go in with our makeup products. Using the LYS Cream Contour Stick. So my most used concealer from Sephora collection is the Best Skin Ever concealer, and I'm pretty much out of it. I'm literally scraping. This is a good full coverage concealer, long lasting, it doesn't crease very much. But I also have the newest concealer, which is the Sephora Best Skin Ever Glow Concealer. This is more of a light coverage, so if you have dark pigmentation you want to cover, this probably won't do it. But if you're just using a concealer to sort of brighten, or you need just something really lightweight, then this one is going to be good for you. So I'm going to mix a little bit of both. Also, and because the glow one is lighter, this one's in 36 and it's lighter in shade than 35 in the full coverage one. And keep in mind that the full coverage Best Skin Ever does oxidize. So when it dries down a little bit darker. So whatever the swatch is, you might want to go one shade lighter when you make your purchase. And with this foundation, you only need one pump. One pump is enough. I would take one on the back of the hand and just sort of distribute from there. That way you don't have too much in one area. And I'll have the shades to everything I'm using in the description box. For blush, I'm going to take the Milky Desert Date Cream Stick. This one's in the shade Spice. So I'm going to set under eye using my Sephora Translucent Powder. And to lightly set the rest of my face, I don't want to do too much because like I said, the foundation is matte. But just to sort of give me more of that smooth airbrush look, I'm going to take the Micro Smooth powder from Sephora. This is an amazing setting powder. It's not too much coverage. It gives you just enough coverage to set your foundation. It's just really nice. So I wear the shade Mahogany for all over. So I'm going to take my other Sephora Micro Smooth powder. This one's in the shade Ebony, and I think this is just one shade darker. So Ebony and Mahogany. If you're around my skin shade and you've been looking for like a bronzer or something to do a very soft contour or bronze with that doesn't have red in it, think about trying the Sephora Micro Smooth in the shade Ebony, because it's a nice shade that doesn't have those red orangey undertones, and it just gives you a soft, like, effortless bronze. So I'm going to use my Anastasia brow gel for the brows. Although I've heard great things about the Sephora Collection brow gel, so I think that's going to be one of the products I pick up during the sale. Also, comment down below, let me know what is your favorite Sephora Collection makeup product, or it could be skincare. I think they have skincare too. What's your favorite Sephora Collection product? Taking my Best Skin Ever concealer to clean up my brows. My favorite brow pencil, this is the Sephora brow pencil. I use the color Soft Charcoal because I like that it doesn't have any reddish or orangey undertones in it, but I do use a light hand because I don't want it to look too dark. I just find this the perfect shade. But this is a really good brow pencil. To me, it competes with any of the more expensive brow pencils. So I usually stock up during the sale. I usually get like 2 during the sale, and it lasts me until the next sale. So for me, the Sephora Collection eyeshadow palettes are sort of hit or miss, but I find that some of them may be a little chalky and don't have as much pigment. But there are certain ones of their potted shadows that I love. Today I'm going to use the Patrick Ta Major Dimension palette, which I do highly recommend. This is an excellent eyeshadow formula. And I'm just going to take the medium brown shades for my crease. So I was debating for the lid shade if I should do Milky Way. This is from Sephora Collection. Beautiful shadow, y'all. Or Choco Excess. And this one is gorgeous on the lid as well. So I think I'm going to do Choco Excess all over the lid and just pop a little bit of Milky Way in here. This is definitely one of those shadows that sort of gives you that wet eye appearance. So I'm just using my finger just to put a tiny bit just on the lower lid towards the inner corner. And this one is so creamy and buttery. I find that you get the best payoff using a finger rather than a brush. Using my Tom Ford Eye Defining pen, really sharp, gives you ultra precision. So I just put it on inner, and then I'm going to do a baby wing on the outer. So I'm going to use my YSL Lash Clash mascara, but Sephora Collection, their newest, it's not new anymore, but their newest mascara I've heard amazing things about. And they've really been pushing it, like big displays in Sephora. Usually they have it like at the front where you check out, and then a display towards the actual front of the store. I think I'm gonna pick it up during the sale so I could take advantage of the 30% off. But I mean, I think the price is only $10 anyways. So for the waterline, I'm gonna use my 12-hour crayon. You guys, this was probably the best discovery. This and Ginger Biscuit from Jo Malone was probably the best discovery from the last Sephora sale, because I always like to put a light or a flesh colored pencil in my waterline to sort of open my eyes up a little bit more. And I find that the ones I used I really like, but they fade off, you know, by the end of the day. The color isn't as pronounced. This one is the most long wearing and it's comfortable. It's creamy and smooth. It barely takes, you know, any work to get that pigment under there. So I am thinking about getting another pencil during the sale. I wanted like a lighter color pencil because I've been wanting to get like a lavender, like a lilac color for the waterline, or maybe a light pink. Using my Charlotte Tilbury powder, I'm just gonna brighten a little bit in the inner corner. So I'm going to take my Sephora Collection lip pencil. This one's in the shade Molasses, which is a really deep chocolate brown. I do really like their lip liners. They're very smooth and creamy. They last a good amount of time without wearing off. I just wish they had one that was a little lighter than this. And this is another Sephora Collection lip pencil. This one's in the shade Rosewood. Blend that right on top. So taking one of my favorite Sephora Collection matte lipsticks, this one's in the shade 21. It's quite pigmented, so you don't need a lot of this. And Sephora Collection's plumping gloss, this one's in the shade 2. So this is the final step. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Everything I used today, including the shades, will be linked down below in the description box, so be sure to check that out. Keep in mind they are affiliate links, so I do want to encourage you guys to shop through those links. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. 'Cause too fresh with the scars. Well, I don't have the